You get a haircut, Austin?
A long time ago, yeah.
No, you look way different.
Couldn't have even hinted at it being a positive thing. Fucking rude cunt.
Yeah, he just looks different.
Oh, you got a haircut? It's made a change in your appearance. How
Dude,
fucking
you glaze him enough for the two of us, okay? Shut the fuck up.
I just can't respect you right now. Claiming that I was using stockfish. I had
You
a
clearly were. You played like 1 minute.
yeah, because you suck. What stockfish engine is getting a 1450 game rating? Are you like were you dropped on your head as a baby on purpose?
Look, man, I know I can see it. When you just play moves like that, I can see it, okay?
I mean,
Oh, this is
God
chess
knows,
corner. That's what's
God
going
knows,
on.
God knows the truth,
Yeah,
and
we're in the chess corner right now.
truth is that you
Chess
fucking
corner.
suck.
I'm gonna steer the conversation away from chest corner and
Yeah, I'm
into.
right there with you, Austin. I've got the ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's fine. You're not an intellectual like me and Bill. We play chess.
I
Oh,
thought the
whoa, whoa.
ragtime, Austin's
I
ragtime
beat you
corner
at
could
chess. I
be
wouldn't say you play chess, Charlie.
veering it into Austin's ragtime corner
Fuck
subtly
that.
right now. I've been revisiting the recordings of the minstrel yodeler Emmett Miller recently.
I thought you said menstrual. Menstrual yodeler. Uh, why'd you say my friend was pretty? Also, there's a shit ton new videos on ridiculousness. I guess that's what happens when you skip a week. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really falling off.
Oh, hey, so I thought of something we should do for the YouTube clips and the
You
pod.
thought of something you can ask us if we want to do. Go on.
I think you should. I think we should make it our goal to like trend to have better SEO for ridiculousness than the actual show itself. I think we should include ridiculousness in the title of like all our shit to just get all of their queries on YouTube, you know?
Oh, you think we should try to usurp their market position?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. We can
That's
talk
that'd
about
be
this offline if you want, but
that would be so fucking funny if we could pull that off.
yeah, dude.
Your novel innovation here is we should do a good job. We should be successful.
I'm more of like the business
That's like the
development
strategy
guy
of
of the
like
podcast. You
a
guys are
really
more
good
the
job.
funny ones.
He
So
is our consultant.
I'm doing my job, and actually, as I am seeing it right now, you're not doing yours at the moment.
No, I will say he's a very valuable consultant. He's the one who pointed out to me that I need to be adding captions on our like TikTok clips and stuff.
Yeah, I invented that.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's hard for me to optimize the clips because it's really hard for me to intellectually put myself in the position of the average TikTok user. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
also hard when there's like several different clips to do, and different like forms of content and stuff, I'd imagine, because it's like what TikTok and YouTube short people are looking for differs from what like people who are looking at podcasts on YouTube want.
Right. But I mean, uh, after I I posted a clip of our Marge Simpson Rule 34 Dr. Hibbert has blue pants comedic classic. I mean, I'd posted a full clip of that a while ago, but I just posted a YouTube short, like really
Oh
pared
yeah, I
down
saw
version
it.
of it.
I
Yeah,
have
and
notifications on.
it got us a subscriber whose YouTube profile picture is like an SS officer. So,
Let's
like,
go.
Damn, dude.
yeah.
That's our target demo.
Yeah, dude. Nazi Simpson Gooners, apparently.
Guys, do you think rap is even that good?
It's
Hip hop?
almost like rap is crap, you know?
Whoa.
Yeah, America's cities are kind of overrun with crime.
And they're coming from across the border with their blue pants.
Well, only Dr. Hibbert would be coming across the border with his blue pants. Dr. Hibbert wears blue pants. If they've got blue pants, it's Dr. Hibbert. Dr. Hibbert has blue pants. So we've got triumphs, on stage moments, over the top fans, questionable red carpet moments. certainly they're straying from that brief. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. Moments that
Pushy,
lost.
ridiculously pushy moments, unprepared moments, over the top, ridiculously over the top fans. That's a lot of good stuff here,
Paparazzi.
actually.
The one that's paparazzi edition has a woman in a bikini, and that's pretty cool.
Paparazzi edition of there's a ridiculousness compilation called Paparazzi edition. Okay, I kind
Yeah.
of that might be interesting. What if it opens with the Kanye talking to TMZ? It was a Jewish doctor.
We all know I can't say what kind of doctor it was, what ethnicity. It was a Jewish doctor.
And then it just
um,
cuts to Rob tacitly nodding his head in agreement. Because he converted to Islam, folks, and he will announce his conversion next year. He will come out as Rob Al Hadeen. Go back 5 episodes, you'll get it. You'll think it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
you know
That's
what?
that's going to be concurrent with his announcement that he's taking over for Fallon.
Yeah. Imagine a
With
Muslim
Rob
Rob
Al
Deerdeck
Hadid,
hosting late night. Holy fuck.
the time of night that women should be asleep show with Rob Al Hadid.
Yo, you almost you I had water in my mouth when you said that. I almost spit it all over my fucking keyboard. That was fucking funny. Two things we got to get to today, and we don't have to hop on these right away, but I want to do our last big blowout Deer Deck Anon post so
True,
we can
true,
wrap up that saga and then continue with Marge.io.
true. It's
I've
gonna be a cornucopia.
oh yeah, no, I'm so fucking excited for Marge.io. Like this is gonna be legendary. I really believe that.
I just mean this episode, like our,
Yeah,
our last big Reddit Deer Canon blowout plus March.io. Like,
yeah.
What is the actual like idea for that? It's like we create the pitch and then send it to Deer Deck Machine.
We're gonna create the business proposal and then yeah, send it to Deer Deck Machine via email and physically. We're gonna find the address and print it out.
yeah,
And we're going to show up at his door.
that would
Well,
be sick.
I was thinking, yeah, if I can like manage to get my um ass out to the West Coast in the near future, like William, if you wanted to drive down to LA with me, I would show up to the Deer Decanon headquarters with we're both dressed in suits. We've got
And
the
if you want to go down to
proposal.
LA and get tased with me, get tased by Rob Deerdeck.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
All right, folks. The today's compilation has started. It's ridiculously popular videos, paparazzi edition, and right out the gate, this video has nothing to do. The viral clip that they're reacting to has nothing to do with the paparazzi. It's just
Yeah,
some
no.
guy failing at landing a dunk in a
Oh,
basketball hoop.
did you guys miss the very first thing?
I did. Yeah. What was
I
it?
did, yeah.
Is a girl taking her pants off.
Shit.
But that's really all that happens. It's like that she is also wearing pants under, but it's pretty cool.
Oh, you. Oh my heavens! Wow. Yeah. He rewound to that moment, and it's very cool indeed. Why don't you play that back again one more time, please?
Yeah, I think that's
Go
important.
ahead.
Sync tube is chopped, bro.
Dude, that is the most sexually charged thing they've ever reacted to on this show. That's actually insane. Wait, they fucked up.
What?
The title card that played in the video said, um, I think it said ridiculously caught on camera edition or something like that. They uploaded the wrong file.
I
Yeah,
think
totally caught edition.
I think maybe this hour and 41-minute long compilation is multiple compilations.
But then why would they title it paparazzi edition?
There may be more titles yet to come. Is my suspicion.
I mean, I believe you, but
Yeah,
the
it's
title
sloppy.
still makes no sense.
It's very sloppy work.
You guys know how I play in that band, you know, with all the boomers. For the listener, I play in a dad rock band with a bunch of boomers, these people way older than me. And you know, I'm not into rock music myself. I personally am a fan of pre-war blues, country, traditional jazz,
I'm like trying to
ragtime, tin
shut the
pan alley
fuck
pop music. But I mainly play in this group for the social interaction component of it. One of the songs that we cover is "Don't Do It" by the band. And
Teenage suicide.
what?
Is it the one that's like teenage suicide? Don't do it, or maybe not.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. But no, so this song we cover, "Don't Do It" by the band. There's a part of the song they go, "My biggest mistake was loving you too much," and then our the other guitarist in the band had this idea where at the end of the song, when like everyone hits that last chord and it's ringing out, he says that line again. So it's like, "My biggest mistake was loving you too much," right? You can kind of imagine it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not how it goes in the recording. That was kind of his original idea. When he tried out that idea, he didn't tell us he was going to do it. So I guess in his head it was going to be like this big, like stunning moment, and we'd all like be like, "Oh shit, that was awesome." You know what I mean? But when he did it, like halfway through delivering the line, he got insecure and and he faltered and it wavered out. So everyone hits that last chord, and then you hear, "My biggest mistake was loving you too much." And then
Oh, that
there's this
sucks.
awkward silence that falls over the room, and the drummer goes, "Did you not know we were stopping?"
He explained what he was trying to do after.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe we could. I don't know. I thought it would be cooler." And I never tried it again.
At that point, just play it off. Just be like, "Oh shit, I thought we had one more."
Yeah, yeah.
That story reminded me. I was in a production of Romeo and Juliet, and there was this one girl who was universally hated. She was just this incredibly cringe, strange, childish girl who was like in her senior year of college. Um, and she had in her mind this backstory that this like extra character that she was playing, she was like some royal guard that didn't actually exist in the script, or maybe did exist. I think it did exist in the script, but like given how cut down the script was, she may as well have been a fucking bush. She was she had in her mind this backstory that this royal guard was like in love with this main character named Tybalt, and there's a scene in which Tybalt is killed, and unbeknownst to, and similar to the guy in your band, Austin, with no warning to anybody, she waits until we're performing the play
Oh
on
no.
stage for like a full auditorium, and
Oh,
Tybalt gets killed, and the lights go out, and apropos of nothing in any script, she screams at the top of her lungs in the blackout, and no one had any fucking idea what was going on because that had not been planned at all.
oh my gosh.
Dude, that could have like fucked up the whole play. You could have thought that like she was being stabbed or fucking
Right?
choked or something.
Oh man.
That's really good shit.
Avoid theater people at all costs. Yeah, Victor.
Tybalt gets killed and the lights go out and you just hear, "My biggest mistake was loving you." Hmm.
I don't know what the legal decision was, but it was a matter of somebody. I was not the only person to rear end. It was someone in the far left lane of the highway stopping suddenly, and so it was the three or four cars behind them. I was one of which all rear-ended one another because there was just a sudden
Dude,
stop.
do you hear this?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. We're gonna have to pick his brain about this.
You get in an accident or something?
I think so. For the listener, he's talking to somebody about a car accident he got in, which he did not tell either of us about yet.
You guys are both very furtive people. You guys are like you have to pry to get things out of you. I'm very much an open book.
So not mine personally. No.
I have my reasons. I can't speak for William, but there's a lot of darkness swirling around inside me, and frankly, the people in my life are better off not being
They
clued
played
in.
that clip again.
Did they really?
They know how to optimize the for the algorithm. I'll give them that much. Oh, one sec. My brother's calling me. I gotta take this. This will be funny, actually. Let me just give me one sec.
Oh my gosh, we have two hosts off the mic right now. I've got to carry this all by myself. Well, I guess I'll take this opportunity to do the Austin's Ragtime Corner segment for today. So take a sip of my coffee here for the listener if you're just tuning in, if you're not familiar with this show, what we're all about. I'm sort of the show's resident fan of pre-war blues, country, traditional jazz, ragtime, Tin Pan Alley pop. Recently, I've been revisiting the recordings of Emmett Miller. He was a pretty formative influence on Hank Williams and Jimmy Rogers, specifically for his distinctive yodel. So if you listen to Emmett Miller's recording of Lovesick Blues, which was actually a Tin Pan Alley song, I think the first recording of it, or like the earliest one that I know of, was actually by this Tin Pan Alley artist named Irving Kaufman. So it's interesting to hear that one, and then the Emmett Miller one, and then the Hank Williams one, and kind of hear how that song developed. But yeah, Emmett Miller, he brought his distinctive blue yodel to that song, and that kind of provided the blueprint for Hank Williams' later recording of it, which wound up being a huge hit in like 1949, I think. So his backup band was called the Georgia Crackers, and it featured some pretty big names in traditional jazz. Like the guitarist was Eddie Lang, a pretty influential traditional jazz guitarist who recorded several duets with Lonnie Johnson, the most gifted of the pre-war blues guitarists. I would go check out their duet Hot Fingers.
Hot fingers.
Hot Fingers, dude. Lonnie Johnson and Eddie Lang. We've got William back on the mic, but I'm going to keep
Austin,
going.
Austin, have you seen
Whatever,
the I Think You Should Leave sketch with Tim Heidecker?
No.
Okay, you're doing it right now.
whatever, like
Is it
single
about is it
listener.
about a jacked Chad who makes every pussy within the 10-mile radius ooze reproductive juices?
They're playing like guess what celebrity it is without using the name. Like he was Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. and shit. And then Tim Heidecker's character gets up and he's like, he's entered all of these names into the thing they're picking from that are like Roy Donk Jr. and like parodies of the sort of name that jazz musicians have, and they're these like obscure jazz musicians no one's ever heard of, and he's you'd have to watch it. It's fucking excellent, and you're doing it right now.
Well, hey, the Dorsey brothers were also in Emmett Miller's backup band, the Georgia Crackers. That was Jimmy and Tommy Dorsey, who were huge names in traditional jazz, and they had their own jazz ensemble. They had like a rotating they had rotating vocalists. They never had one permanent vocalist. And one of those vocalists they recorded with was none other than Bing Crosby himself. And later in his career, I think it was Tommy Dorsey. He had a prolific musical partnership with Frank Sinatra.
All right, this is some extremely lame shit that's happening right now. So we're gonna have to cut this off.
And two
Austin,
Emmett Miller
cut that.
songs I would
Yes.
recommend, or two Emmett Miller recordings I want to recommend: God's River Blues and The Ghost of the St. Louis Blues. And
Okay.
that second one, the Ghost of the St. Louis Blues, there's a backup singer on that one named Phil Pavey, who was a blues musician in the 1920s who recorded one or two sides for OK Records. I think I could be butchering that slightly, but his at one point in that recording, he and Miller do some vocal interplay, and it's very cool. It's very cool. I play that song over and over again just to listen to that part.
Listener, rest assured, it is not cool. And
They
now,
called Emmett Miller when he would
oh my
tour.
God,
He was billed he was billed as the man with the clarinet voice. And if you listen to those two recordings in
is that
particular,
even a
you'll see
fucking
why.
compliment?
You'll see why.
I can see how that's a compliment.
Yeah,
Clarinets produce a very steady, pure,
yeah,
Well,
rounded.
if we ever had any listeners,
yes, yes.
they're all gone now.
William, you
Oh,
are
just
you are
just a moment,
picking up
gentlemen.
you're picking up the ways very quickly.
Yeah.
Um, everybody, take a look at this next clip. Should be coming up soon. Check this out. This is the kind of stuff I want to see.
Oh, thank
Little
God. I
dog
thought the
using
guy was
prop.
just gonna run over the dog.
Fuck you.
I guess that would be pretty out of pocket even for ridiculousness. What the fuck is up with the lines on that road?
It's Europe. There's no telling.
Any comments on Stilo's
I'm kind of
tires?
confused. What was notable about that clip? I don't. Oh
I
gosh.
Holy shit.
I just liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But why
And
were
yeah,
they
no,
watching
that's
it? Nothing interesting happened. It was just a, well, I guess a dog going on a crosswalk is pretty,
yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
nice.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Never mind. Yeah. Oh,
Also,
hey,
yeah,
William, we
that
need to
deer.
pick your, we,
Yeah.
no. Don't try to distract. Don't do your distraction campaign thing. We heard
Yeah.
you. We heard you when you stepped away. You were talking to, I assume, your girlfriend's father. It sounded like you rear-ended someone. You got in a car accident. You want to talk about
This
that?
this was
Yeah.
years ago. I was talking to my
Oh,
girlfriend's mother, and
okay.
yeah, as I explained to the very easily satisfied Geico representative, I was in the left lane on the highway, and we were going like 70 as a collective left lane, and then this like 16-year-old girl that looked like in a Jeep wanted to switch lanes, and so of course she abruptly stopped her car, and so I did rear end someone, but I was one of a handful of people who rear ended somebody as a result of that. So yeah, it was not my fault.
I see.
They said it was not your fault.
I don't know what the legal result of it all was. I don't know if that's like what the finding was, but that was what happened. And this Geico lady was like, "You were in an accident?" And I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't my fault." And she was like, "Oh, that's chill." It was crazy. I was surprised it was that easy to
That's
get through.
awesome.
Yeah.
My understanding was if you ever rear end someone, it's always your fault because the implication is like you should be looking in front of you, which is like bullshit and stupid, but I thought that was like the letter of the law. So that's good to know
It
that.
it has it has made me a far more cautious driver on the highway because whenever I'm behind a car, I have a clear mental image of if that car stopped completely right now, how far would I skid if I were to like put my foot on the
Slam.
floor on the brake?
Yeah,
And it's
that's
a
kind of
lot
good.
farther than you think.
Did you get hurt in that accident?
No,
Nice.
I'm indestructible.
Hmm. All right. Well, we gotta keep this thing moving. What should we do? Marge.io? Are we gonna do
Well,
a sub?
whatever we do, it's not going to be because you said so.
But let's start with Deer Decanon because I really want to do the big
Yeah.
finale hullabaloo with that. But let me go get more coffee, and then we'll start that. So just give me a minute here. I'll be right back.
Okay. He's in his Chance the Rapper hoodie, folks. Big Chance the Rapper guy.
Little Chano from 79th, as it were.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what's really fucking funny?
No, shut up. I'm still pissed at you.
Or what?
Running stockfish in the background of our chess match.
I'm so flattered, dude. I'm
Yeah.
honestly, I thought you might think that that's what happened, and I couldn't be happier that you think that.
It's fucking bullshit, dude. You know it.
I don't know what you need me to swear on that it wasn't stockfish. I don't really give a fuck. I know for myself that it wasn't.
I thought you were a man of honor and integrity.
You're really like on the day of judgment when all becomes clear and we become subsumed into the unified truth and light of the universe, and you can learn everything. uh you'll realize that you were wrong in this instance, and all you're doing for yourself on that day is digging yourself a deeper hole of humiliation because you're kind of just sucking me off, really. You're like,
That was kind of
oh.
beautiful what you just said.
I'm just tuning in for this conversation, so I don't know what was
He was
said.
Women was just like waxing philosophical for a second, but then it turned into a diss on me somehow. I don't really. He kind of just put me in the blender just now, to be
All
honest.
I heard was digging a deeper hole of humiliation, and whatever you did, you cannot dig a deeper hole of humiliation than my bandmate who tried to do
What was
his
the line again?
little thing. My biggest mistake was loving you too much.
That's
But
pretty. That's pretty lit. We should
It's such
go
a
watch
perfect
your
line
band.
for it too.
I know, yeah, for real.
Can I bring? Uh, can we come watch your band one day? I can the image is so vivid of like a drunk boomer with like a beer belly, just like feeling like he's crushing it and just like, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure if you ever come out here, like if you bring your instrument, that would be an excuse for me to bring you to practice. They would let you in for sure. Um,
Huh?
but dude, they're yeah, they're always like they're smoking and drinking throughout the whole throughout every practice. And
Smoking
there's one
cigarettes?
no weed. And
Nice.
yeah, dude,
They
they they
slunk.
they be smoking that loud, yeah. But they or they be smoking that grass to use their parlance. But um, one of them lives in a city like 40 minutes away, so it's quite the drive. And he'll smoke and drink and then drive back there.
Nice.
Like I
Holy
yeah, dude.
Can I take this conversation for a hard left turn just because it's on my mind?
Sure.
Um, Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
I
Yeah,
agree.
that was really
Into
sad.
that.
That's
That
really
was
sad.
fucking gutting. And worse yet is that like multiple people that I've encountered personally are so fucking deluded that they're treating it
Yeah.
like their least favorite character on a TV show
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
taken off the show or something
Yeah.
like that. Like there are
Yeah.
people who just live in a fantasy world and Jesus Christ, dude. I like
That's got to be pretty tough in like where are you? Portland? Not Portland.
Washington,
Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking deranged.
right? And
Yeah.
honestly, it's the same thing as with Luigi Mangione. It's like people
Yeah.
who are more concerned with what strangers on the internet will think of them than they are with their own human conscience.
Well, see, I've been wondering about, I can't tell how much of it is attempt at currying social favor or how much of it is just like genuine fucking derangement.
It becomes an invisible line. It's just like they've surrendered whatever
I guess so,
like
yeah.
authentic voice they had to be part of the herd. But even like more disturbing to me than the reaction is like I don't want to be like get too graphic with it or be insensitive, but just it's scary. Like not that I expect to be even close to as in danger as somebody as high profile as him, but like to see him so comfortable in the assumption that he was out in the open in like a civilized place where that shouldn't happen and then suddenly dead was like fucking that like I don't know. I hope it's
Yeah.
not a I hope it's not a symptom of anything that's going to increase in severity or frequency or anything like that, but it was fucking terrifying.
It is really like stark because it feels like we were previously in a world where it was like violence was never okay. And now the like Overton window has shifted and it's like, well,
Mm.
violence is sometimes okay. And that's kind of it's kind of a binary thing. Either it is or it isn't.
And what what's even more contemptible about it is that they're like the leverage that the people who are saying like Luigi Mangione did nothing wrong or like unfriend me on Facebook if you think I need to mourn Charlie Kirk. The leverage that they think they have in this conversation is like I've been retweeting liberal things for 3 months, so I get to say when violence is good or bad. Like I am in such a supreme position of being the arbiter of like morality because I agree with the mainstream media that I can say when death is good and bad. Like
That's a
it's
good point. Yeah, I think the framework you suggested earlier of looking at it as like what's going to get you favor on social media versus what's going to get you favor in real life is a good one that I haven't thought about before. Because you're right, like if you wanted to win over the people on the internet, you clap about it and you cheer. but if you want to like be a real person, you don't.
I mean, I think in their social circles, like their IRL social circles, it gets them favor there.
I
Yeah,
I
probably
personally
true.
I personally attended a birthday party which was um themed on assassins,
I remember you
following
telling me
what
about
Luigi
this.
Mangione did. Sorry.
I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And this was a person who I had thought of as like just like a chill, jovial guy, but he legit gathered like 30 people and served drinks and food and suggested they come in costumes of famous assassins from history. And I guess I attended, but I didn't really realize just how hard he was going to lean into. I didn't realize that it was themed on assassins for the sake of Luigi Mangione, but he like took the opportunity on his birthday, which I think is like a pretty good.
That says a lot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like these people online, or well, the same sort of like personality going on where people online are like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just really really disappointing and scary and sickening and sad.
I think it like the response is weird, but I think just the range of outcomes in the response is what's like really crazy to me because you have like conservative people on one side who are like making it their job to cancel everyone who is celebrating it, and then you have people on the other side who are like celebrating it. It's just like the
Yeah,
range is so far.
I mean, yeah, when I was hearing about those posts about like if you think I need to mourn Charlie Kirk, unfriend me, or if you're not mourning Charlie Kirk, unfriend me. It's like, can you not post about it? Like a
Yeah,
guy
is there not
died.
a third option of just being like a regular
Yeah,
just
can you just
Right.
shut up? Yeah.
it is also interesting how if you go on like TikTok or Instagram, like my brother was telling me he was on TikTok like right after it happened, and the overwhelming response before like any kind of before we like figured out what the boundaries were of what the correct social response was, everyone on TikTok was like overwhelmingly like happy about it. He said
That's
because he said he went
stuff.
on like immediately when it happened, and then if you go on like X or Twitter or whatever, the response is like way different. It's just
Yeah,
fucking
it's
weird.
I don't know how people get to that point. I mean, they're just so thoroughly mind raped. You can't, it's not something you can argue them out of.
Yeah.
Probably right.
For each individual person, it's not even that big of a like contribution to the proverbial timeline of mainstream nonsense, but it's the same thing with like the overwhelming amount of free time and slack-jawed brain-rotted attention that there is to take advantage of, that like there's so much short form content or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
that there is to fill that need. Like if everybody just contributes a tiny amount of ignorance, the overwhelming like tsunami of ignorance that then flows through everybody's phones on a daily basis is enough to make any one participant just empty of any individual personality that may have made a critical decision and like really participated in any amount of thought. Like it's just
Yeah.
And it feels like
I
it
mean, I would
absolves
revise
people of
that
responsibility.
slightly because I don't think it's short form content
no,
per
I'm not saying that
se.
that's involved in the same thing. I just mean like
Oh,
the it's a similar phenomenon to the huge amount of like a TikTok can get a billion views in an hour or whatever the fuck, like that kind of shit. It because there's you can give your attention to something so quickly that everybody giving a tiny grain of sand of attention to something or participation in something, it's like I don't know. I don't know
the
how to put it. It's
ideological brainwashing can just happen quickly and efficiently, right?
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
spiritual equivalent of the island of trash, you know?
Yeah.
But an island of trash can appear in half a second now.
Right. Right.
Meanwhile, we're watching fucking ridiculousness.
This is not the Isle of Trash, dude.
We're at the summit of a Mount Olympus of sorts.
Yeah.
I also think we should throw out there that there's like a non-zero chance that like there is something more to this going on than like there is a lone gunman who was pissed
See,
off at
I know this is rich coming from me, who's like spent so much of this podcast spurging out over how I think the Luigi Mangione thing is a psyop, but I do think like a lot of that is just like jerking off to the smell of your own farts. Like it's almost like they want it to be to have to they want there to be more to it that we don't know because
Mm.
it's kind of exciting, you know what I mean? Like you can
And comforting. Yeah, I think it's unfortunate, and I think like if there if it was in some way conspiratorial, like they whatever America fucking Second Amendment nonsense culture has given any conspiracy that if it did exist, it's given them a pretty airtight cover for that because it's also 100% believable that it was just somebody with a gun.
well, the Second Amendment aspect, like, you know, seconds after the news broke that he was shot, people were sharing some dumb headline about how he said gun deaths are a necessary
Yeah,
cost to Second Amendment. But it's like in sharing that, obviously they were insinuating like his beliefs somehow brought about his own death or something, right?
right.
I mean, but it's like if we could revive Charlie Kirk, I don't think he would reverse his position on that. Like I think
No, of
he
course
would
not.
remain
Yeah.
principled on it. Yeah, so it's like the whole thing that they were insinuating is just like dumb. Like
And speaking of principles, if you like switch to a slow motion filter on the person's like thought process or the implications of the position that they're taking by saying "told you so" after someone's
right,
been dead for seconds,
right,
it's like
Yeah, for real.
it's
right.
like okay, so this is coming presumably from somebody who would like to present themselves as knowing better when it comes to gun deaths, but in saying "told you so" before the body was cold, you've most importantly, most notably, shown yourself to be someone who has no regard for the sanctity of life and gives a fuck only about being right. So who gives a shit what you think? You're a demon. Like,
That's such a fucking good
Yeah,
point, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, and the other like the other really bad take from this is like all the conservative people who are like, "Oh man, there's no going back from this now. It's civil war for sure." That's also not the right
I think
take to have.
anyone who's having a public like reaction within the template of identity politics to just a young man being killed publicly is a fucking nincompoop. I don't know. It's just gross to see people like more able to see more able to contextualize something in their timeline than to recognize the death of an innocent person, you know?
Right.
Anyway, Steeler's got a shirt on with Black Jesus as the Statue of Liberty. If it goes away, you gotta do you see that?
Yeah, no,
Dude,
I
you're
see that.
right. He has no shortage of t-shirts involving Jesus with different
What's going on?
varying skin tones and
We like with this and with the Margendorf Venus. I keep thinking that we're like reaching a little bit, and then we get signs from the universe that no, we're really onto something with everything we say on the show.
it is every bit as absurd as we make it out to be. Yeah.
No, we're not reaching. Actually, we need to just double down further.
And that's the perfect segue into today's Dear Economic extravaganza.
Yeah, okay. I'll introduce that. Let me get my introduction out of the way for the listener. For the past few months of the podcast, we have been posting on the Ridiculousness subreddit, pretending to be a production intern on the show on Ridiculousness, leaking behind the scenes information, and we've obviously been making up this behind the scenes stuff, and we've been engineering this whole thing so that the pieces of gossip we leak increase in absurdity, and we're constantly pushing the limits of like what the morons on this subreddit will believe, and they fully believe us with. I mean, they bought it really quick with no effort at all on our part. But today we're gonna wrap it up, do our last post. It's gonna be the end of this saga, and we're gonna go all out and
Yes.
throw in the most absurd shit possible and throw all plausibility out the window. So
All that we've said so far has been like the growing cloud of exhaust underneath a rocket that's still on the launch pad. We're going to the moon today.
yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's going to be difficult. We've been so absurd with it to this point. Like, I don't know how
Well,
much.
I don't
Oh,
know if you
we
guys
can
looked at
we
the
can do
show
it.
notes. One that I came up with that I want to put in today's post is there's a serial killer on the loose in LA, and the police sketches look suspiciously like Rob. And then
we
I want
have his
to,
we have to have his serial killer MO have something to do with like he forces his victims to watch viral clips before killing them.
yes, yes. Uh,
Wait, is this the 9-1? I don't see the show notes for this week, I don't think.
Yeah, did you send them? I didn't
I
see it.
did. It's called show notes for next weekend.
Oh.
Huh.
Go to shared with me or shared with you or whatever. But I want to do Rob converting to Islam also. I want to
Yes.
do the Shadow King of MTV thing, and then Jeff Tremaine calling the show a golem that has evolved into something utterly beyond his comprehension. So those are the four I want to make sure we put in there. But other than that, I was thinking let's just spitball the most insane shit that we can come up with right here. Um, so what do we got? I mean, okay, Chanel. Maybe we've heard something about Chanel since she left the show, like something she's up
Hmm.
to. Some project she's pursuing. Hey, I got one. In one or two posts ago, we said that Rob is he's been meeting with executives at CBS ever since Stephen Colbert got fired, and he's trying to swoop in and take his spot and host late night in his place. Maybe like out of spite, Chanel has been meeting with the CBS executives also, and she's trying to get the same late night position before Rob can get to it.
Maybe there's a she's being sued for sexual harassment because she's like been aggressively offering sexual favors in her place in the late night lineup, and no one's interested. I still can't find this fucking thing.
Did you text it to us or email it?
Just shared it on Google, but you don't have to
Oh,
worry about it. All that's on there is Dear Econon and March.io. So
All right.
oh, okay.
yeah, just don't worry about it. But uh, what what else have we? yo, yo. So for the listener, one of the little pieces of gossip we came up with on a previous installment of this saga was Rob Dyrdek's brand of protein bars. They've been the crew lays them out on the craft services table and they've been going uneaten, so they get put in the dumpster, and we think that the dead raccoons that have been cropping up around the studio have been getting poisoned by the mind right bars. They've been going into the dumpster, eating the protein bars, getting poisoned by them, and dying. So what if there's been like a voodoo priestess showing up outside the studio trying to revive the dead raccoons?
Didn't
And
you
we
suggest in one episode, did you guys actually do this, or did you just throw it out there that the raccoons have been like becoming sentient as a result of
Yes.
eating the mine? Did you actually
no,
post?
no, no, no. The homeless people have been like um they've
Oh,
I think we said they've attained superior reading comprehension and critical thinking skills because
but then when deprived of the mind right bars that elevate them like the limitless pill, they become they enter a zombified rage. I
And
didn't
you
remember
guys
clearly.
actually posted that.
Yes.
Dude, I mean, how much further can you go than that?
It's like finding a small retarded kid alone and you can tell him anything and he just like really liked hearing from someone finally.
Oh man.
um
No, I like that idea. I mean,
yeah, Austin, I think
I say
an
anything
image that
goes.
comes to mind is that like maybe she's got a an RV that's parked outside and
Mm.
maybe like efforts to usher her off the property have been mysteriously rebuffed. Like everyone who passes through the beaded doorway to her RV, which emanates sage smoke
Yeah, well,
back out in a daze.
it's more than a getting rebuffed. Like you cross the threshold of the RV and suddenly your bones start to quiver and you break out into a cold sweat. Like there's some sort of she's got some supernatural force field, and no
Yes.
one no one can evict her from the property. They've called the cops and it never works.
Maybe our character here is the only one who any longer seems to see anything wrong with her being there, and everybody else just conspicuously moves on from the subject whenever it comes on in conversation. Like becomes really uncomfortable and is like, dude, shut up about it. Like nobody cares. Like,
Oh, another one we've got to put in. And Bill came up with this one a while ago, so full credit goes to him. The studio is shrinking. I think the building is shrinking every time I come in. It's just slightly more cloistered than before.
That's really good. Say like I wonder if you can relate it back to the show somehow and be like, oh, if you like look at recent apps, you can see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or
the
maybe you
camera
say like they're using a fisheye
the
lens now.
manipulation of camera angles has been ingenious, but
The manipulation of camera angles has been ingenious, but last time Matt Rife was on the show, he had to crawl up to the stage. It was so cramped.
the ceiling is now mere inches from the floor.
Yeah. How about there's an elaborate system of caverns underneath the studio, and when that's it's through that system of caverns that the viral clips we're going to be watching that day are like transported like between the editing team and the on-air talent or whatever. I mean, I guess yeah, like we're not digitally doing that. It's all physical. They're all on a hard drive or something.
It's all analog. They're walking on
Yeah.
they're on
underground
DVRs.
tunnels.
Yeah.
I don't
Most
even
of the
fucking
show's
understand what
budget
that means.
goes to burning things to CDs and then converting that to DVD and then pass through a system of tunnels and caves under the stage. And then
Fuck it, dude. Put it out there.
Maybe people don't realize this. It's an open secret or something. A lot of people don't realize it, but maybe ridiculousness receives government funding. What would
Your
be
tax dollars
yeah,
are subsidizing ridiculousness.
maybe something
it
like I was surprised with all of the scrutiny of public fund spending with
well, I was gonna
the
say
Doge
when we were
scandal.
talking about the caverns and shit, I was thinking maybe Elon Musk's Doge showed up to the ridiculousness set one day, but um I like the idea of
That's really good.
well,
Or
I
say
don't
something like maybe the character has gotten like he's gotten a hold of the company's like he's in with the finance department or something and he's
The
found like all
reason
of like
the
yeah,
accounting
reason
fraud and
that
money laundering.
yeah,
the reason for the fallout between Musk and Trump was that Trump made it clear from the get-go this was one line Musk was not to cross with his Doge investigations. Musk refused to
yeah.
stay leashed, and that's why Musk lost Trump's cosign. Also, within that same system of caverns, which maybe this isn't the first like cultural, like maybe it's on the site of some other famous shows. Like we can follow the heritage of this particular site of entertainment back through history, and it's the place where like Mayan sacrifices were made and other huge shows were filmed. And maybe there's an act like a dormant volcano under the same section of land, and it's like due to go off anytime now.
And they're sacrificing PAs into the volcano.
Yes,
For every
yes,
episode.
bro.
What about something about how Rob has his own like backstage room where he gets ready before every show, and the character has like only caught glimpses of it. Rob's very private about it and furtive. He like closes the door really quickly, and there's a combination lock or like a code to get in or something. And what could be in there?
Yeah, whenever the door opens, the smell of brimstone wafts out.
We suggest that he's like he was very nervous up until Epstein's birthday book came out. And somehow the character gets the feeling that he managed to pull something off because now he's very blasé about his comments about how young he likes them or something. I don't know.
Let's say when Kane Brown was on the show, he shit his pants.
Kane Brown shit his pants or Rob?
Kane Brown shit his pants when he
Oh,
was on the
nice,
show.
dude. Here
And
we
it's
go.
not just that he didn't just shit his pants, like he was continually shitting his pants throughout his appearance. And like all the PAs were noting the smell and wondering what was going on. And then we later put it together that like every 5 minutes he would shit his pants just a little bit. And by the end of his appearance, when he was walking offset, you could hear it squishing around in his pants.
There was
You
something
could say like
mysterious in his contract about quote costuming extras, and there were unmarked cardboard boxes that PAs had to rush back and forth between Kane and these boxes, and he's assuming that they were the diapers that he had to interchange because he was continuously pooping himself.
and you could just say like you could drop just a little thing for the audience and just be like, if you watch the episode back, you can see he's very squirmy and just kind of moving around
Yeah.
in his chair in a weird
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
If someone watches the episodes back to look for that, I just hope that happens.
Okay, we have to throw in something that slanders Stilo. That's obligatory.
Yeah, we hit Kane Brown, we got Rob, Stilo.
Maybe nobody is so Stilo owns that restaurant, Linden. Maybe no one eats there. It's doing really bad. Business is going really bad, and he always brings in food from Linden and like stocks the craft services table with it.
Maybe not that he's bringing enough for everybody, but he always brings like absurdly clearly labeled food from Linden and is loudly vocal during his lunch when he's enjoying Linden about how
Yeah.
delicious it is, and obstinate about wrenching all conversation during his lunch hour back to the subject of just how good his Linden food is, and
He
asking
goes,
when the last time they went to Linden was.
mm.
You could say he's got his own screen printing machine just backstage, and each shirt is like freshly printed based on like Stilo's own customized input for the day.
And it's always Jesus of varying skin tones.
Actually, have we
And
done that? We may have actually said that
I
already.
came up with like the costume department has to make shirts for him on demand, and it's always
Oh,
like, yeah,
good.
Jesus of varying skin tones. So maybe we could
Hey,
say in an upcoming episode, you'll see him wearing a shirt with an Asian Jesus, a Bosnian Jesus.
I think we should just blatantly contradict ourselves at this stage in the psyop. Like, why not? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Maybe there's something about his backstory, like when he was a kid, some priest, like the reason that he's so obsessed with the identity of Jesus being so variable is like a priest would dress up as various Jesuses and use him.
Here's one. You know how they'll have I think hospitals have chapels inside them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a chapel in the studio.
Rob serves mass in there. Yeah.
He's Muslim and he's serving Catholic mass for some
Didn't we
reason.
discover that
And
he's like a
his
licensed
sermons
priest
his
or
sermons are
something?
similarly freestyle to the comments that he makes on the viral videos.
This next one's called The Burning of the Bush.
This next one's called Mark 3:18.
That's why we call this next section Deuteronomy.
We came in really early to work one morning before anyone else typically gets there, and we walked in on another PA jerking off to porn that he was broadcasting on the big ridiculousness screen.
I like that.
That's good. Dude, whoever the mods are on this subreddit are not doing their job. The fact that we've been able to get this
No,
far
dude,
is fucking
one
wild.
of one of the first commenters on our posts who was like, "Oh, keep these coming. This is amazing." Who like bought it hook, line, and sinker was a moderator.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Regarding Chanel's career, uh, being on dire straits and her like leaving the show, maybe she really regrets that, and she's been loitering outside the studio recently, like trying to get back in. And she's been setting elaborate Tom and Jerry style traps trying to kill Lolo so she can take her place back. Like in Lolo's dressing room, there's an anvil hanging from the ceiling.
She painted a tunnel on the wall of Lola's dressing room. She tries to sneak into the ridiculousness headquarters in camp obvious cost like disguises and is chased back out a la Plankton trying to get his hands on the Krusty Krab secret recipe, the Krabby Patty secret recipe. Surrounding the stage, like underneath the raised platform of the stage, is per Rob's request a koi pond. He wants to get that feng shui going.
Yeah.
And Rob is constantly having to chase her away with a comically oversized hammer.
What are the bathrooms like in the studio, the restrooms? Maybe there's
They're medieval. They're planks of wood with holes in them.
Didn't you guys also say that there's like a bunch of MIT like machine learning guys on the team now, and they've had to fire everyone else?
Oh, because the show relies so heavily on AI now to write the scripts. Yeah, we're like the only employer left of entry level computer science graduates.
Was it just writing the scripts, or was there anything about like?
So Rob is also thinking about replacing himself with an LLM that's going to be like represented, manifested by a hologram, and it's just slightly more muscular than he is, and this in his skin color is his skin tone is slightly darker as well. That's going in there for sure.
Was there anything about like generating the clips, like them being
AI is generating the clips? Is what you said, and maybe it's like strikingly obvious, like there are all sorts of little fuck ups and like physical impossibilities in some of the recent clips.
There was one really disturbing one that kept making its way into the compilations on the big screen where a giant cylindrical squat human being was in a backyard, and then an above ground pool with legs and arms came running towards it, tried to jump into the human being, and tore open its side and released a deluge of blood and guts.
You know the scene in you know the scene in The Shining where the elevator opens and all the blood pours out? Maybe that happened like the maybe like blood or slime started seeping out of the big viral video screen one day. Well, that could be connected to the voodoo priestess.
There's something there for sure.
The voodoo priestess might have done it. Like when she started loitering outside the studio, that happened.
Maybe something like, I've been using these posts for reference, and I know that I said that I've been working here for the past 3 seasons, but somehow it feels like longer. And like suggests that this production intern is having the full Jack Torrance experience.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
person who had been in my position before, like I'm growing more curious about the vague
I've
circumstances that
I
I see.
found a dusty old photo album on set from the 1930s, and I swear there's a picture of Rob in there, and he looks the exact same as he does now.
Did we say something about Rob's dad at some point?
No, but we could. Maybe
What
he's
was
not actually Rob's dad. He's an actor they hired.
when did Rob's dad appear? Oh, did he have his mom and dad on the show?
They've been on the show a few times, yeah.
Oh, maybe Rob's real dad is black.
No, 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 no. Whenever Rob's parents show up on set, no, this is kind of I'm kind of ripping this off from Rick and Morty actually, but whenever they show up on set, there's like a young jacked black guy with them, and I don't know what their relationship is, but you can speculate about that as you wish.
That's still really good though. Just
Yeah.
throw it. What about this isn't that crazy, but it's kind of funny. What about when Rob and Daniel Tosh were having their very public feud? Rob hired like way too many bodyguards to protect him because he was
Oh,
worried about like Daniel Tosh putting a
yeah. Well, maybe he had good reason to, and like bullet holes were appearing on the studio.
Oh,
Uh,
that's good. That's better.
yeah, and maybe it was getting so heated. It was getting so heated that like someone someone who would know, like who has someone with like authority on this in this comparison, like said it was getting more heated than Tupac and Biggie's beef. Like who could that be? Like Suge Knight or something.
Good night.
But like what? How would he know Rob? And I guess it doesn't really matter at this stage. We could just say Suge Knight. Suge Knight said it was getting worse than Tupac and Biggie's beef in the '90s, and just leave it at that.
I can see Suge Knight somehow through MTV having caught wind of it. He was like
Yeah,
calling for peace, like, I don't want to see you two homies fall out like the way
yeah,
Biggie
yeah,
and Pac did.
yeah. Speaking of Biggie, maybe someone on the show gained an absurd amount of weight.
Um,
Maybe Rob was obese between seasons, and the executives demanded he um, lose the weight. So
Oh, that's good. Yeah, or they've been editing him to look slimmer in
yeah,
seasons 12 through 14 or something. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
so you guys know Paddy the Baddy, that British UFC guy with the blonde hair.
no.
Oh yeah, I think I do.
He after each fight goes back to eating like shit and barely exercising, and then
Nice.
when each fight comes up, he trains really hard, and he's like, it's fun to have a six pack, but I'd rather be fat and happy. And after Rob saw that, that's what he does between episodes, and he like it's just binging and purging.
Well, speaking of which, what if it can't all be Rob. Maybe like Stilo. Okay. So between seasons or between episodes, Stilo will train like he'll do a boxing training routine, but it's not for boxing. It's for the episodes, and nobody knows the connection. Nobody knows why he is preparing in that specific way, and he treats every episode or every season like it's a big
Yeah, he keeps
fight.
talking about how he has to make weight for this season.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
And
it's like,
he'll do the shit talk. He'll go up to interns and call
Who
them
the
degrading
fuck is that
names.
guy?
Are you
Sorry.
still watching the show?
like
I tuned
Yeah,
out
who
a
the fuck
long
is
time
that
ago.
guy? Wait, look at this guy.
what the fuck? Wait, why does he look familiar?
He does, doesn't he? Is he?
That's that's a TikTok, a viral TikTok star, isn't that?
Yep.
Yo, he straight up has no neck.
He doesn't,
Yeah,
dude.
for real.
He just had to turn his whole body to turn maybe like 90 degrees to the right.
Who the
But
fuck
he's.
is this guy?
Okay, speaking
I
of
couldn't
no
be
neck,
prouder of him.
maybe
He's having a great time.
somebody got amputated. Somebody got an amputation.
Oh, on the show.
Yeah.
I don't want to dismiss that. I want to return to the amputation, but maybe as the weight gain and loss thing, like their use of drugs to tolerate the huge volume of sitting around reacting to banal bullshit leads to such incredible like weight gain and general loss of the ability to attend to daily activities of daily living that they have this like personal trainer who like his job is to keep them functional, and he has this strange toxic relationship where he's like verbally abusive to them and uses like a cattle prod to get them to get up off the couch after the show's done filming or something
Keep
like
that in, and then also add they've been mainlining GLP-1s.
that.
Okay.
Okay, and the amputation, Austin.
Um,
What about Rob had to get his stomach pumped from because all he refuses to eat anything else other than Mind Right bars, and at one point he had to get his stomach pumped.
I could see that.
What are you looking at, Austin?
I'm just writing these down.
Oh,
Back to more ridiculousness.
or actually, maybe it's funnier if it's not Rob. Wait, what are you laughing about?
This whole fucking thing.
What about if it was Stilo or not Stilo? Maybe Chanel or Lolo. Lolo wants to win Rob's favor, and she's become like such a sycophant to Rob because she's concerned that Chanel might come back or something that she refuses to eat anything other than Mind Right bars.
Yeah.
I saw a pileated woodpecker on my morning constitutional today. You guys will be pleased
Hell
to.
yes.
Dude, I've been off the morning constitutional wave. I gotta get back
What does
into it.
pileated mean?
It's just a type of woodpecker. I don't know I'm sure that word has some meaning. I don't know what it is though. But
Hey,
those
Yeah,
birds.
there's one.
you know how it's spelled.
Rob's dad is big into bird watching, and there was a scrapped episode where he came on the show and he insisted that they only watch like just very unfunny, very straightforward clips of birds flying around and birds doing their
That's
bird
good.
calls and stuff, and it was just so boring that the editing team had to scrap it. Yeah.
In the context of a woodpecker, pileated means capped and refers to the bird's distinctive bright red crest on the top of its head.
Are you seeing pictures of those guys? Don't they look like dinosaurs? They're kind of crazy looking.
They do. They also look exactly like what I thought all woodpeckers look like, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Morning constitutional does sound like a pretty elite thing to be doing.
It's good for you, dude. Sets your circadian rhythm.
Hell yeah.
But I can't really do it anymore because now that I go to the gym before work every morning, I just like don't have time. I'd have to get up so fucking early. It wouldn't be fun.
I'm sure going to the gym is a fine substitute.
Yeah.
I'm so close to the end of Infinite Jest on the scale of the book itself, but there's still like I was up till like late last night because I was just like, okay, I'm nearly done, but I really wasn't. I'm still like 40 or 50 pages away from being done, but it just feels like I'm right there.
Nice.
On
You
the
move
topic of sleep
pretty
cycles,
fast. It would take me like 3 months to get through a book that long.
I've probably been taking a good long while. Can't remember when I got that.
Oh, Kane Brown shitting his pants. I not just shitting his pants. How about when Kane Brown came on the show, he was pooping and he was peeing and going poop in his pants the entire time. Yeah.
That's so fucking stupid.
While also flirting heavily with Stilo and Rob and
What
every man.
about Chanel and Stilo had an affair at one point?
Ooh, that's
Maybe
juicy.
maybe Chanel got pregnant or something, and that's why
I
she.
like it.
I
I
don't know.
like it if they reached this sort of dark accord where they each sort of took advantage of each other. Chanel succumbed to Stilo's insistent requests that she dress up like a certain obscure version of Jesus, and Stilo succumbed to Chanel's demands that he let her peg him, and Chanel wanted it to be like
This is so ridiculous because how would this guy know about that?
it's ridiculousness, bro.
It
Yeah.
is. Or you could say like,
And also, apparently, this is a girl, right, Austin?
In my mind, yeah, but we haven't really, confirmed any of that.
someone
So,
is constantly throwing out the idea of having a like cast orgy, keeps
yeah.
insisting and making uncomfortable eye contact with Chanel, Rob, and Stilo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Maybe so we've alluded a couple of times to the writer's room having like a communal dab pen, and every time we go into the writer's room, they're always just ripping this dab pen and not really getting any work done. What if it has escalated to they have like a full blown gravity bong in there, or some apparatus, what's like the most elaborate weed apparatus that you could
Mm. Oh, a gas mask that you trap your mouth
yo,
and
yo.
nostrils in.
Yeah. And they do they have one that they all share, or maybe they're all wearing all wearing one every
They
time they
have
go in.
they have
They're going through entire writers' room meetings, pitch meetings, wearing the masks and like speaking through them. Um,
no they have a singular source of the weed that's being like burnt in order to produce the smoke, but separate hoses that all go to
yeah,
individual gas masks, and
yeah.
they like grunt and cough, but for the most part they just each have a Bluetooth keyboard that's hooked up to the same monitor where they're running a Google Doc, and it's rarely possible to follow these days what it is that they're writing, but they all seem to come up with a coherent script in between them that Rob has come to be able to translate. But yeah, it's like a scene from a sci-fi villain spaceship. You walk in and they're just shouting gibberish, being muffled by their gas masks. That clip of this clip that's running right now, weirdly high quality. I was like, is that a fucking TV show? What's going on with this one too?
Yeah, that looks like AI or
For
something.
real. Shut the fuck up, Lolo. Stupid
I
bitch.
think we could come up with 2, 3 more, and then we're solid. I might have to
They
go.
have to
We
be
might
our
have to
best ones.
we might have to save March.io for next time.
Yeah, I was thinking this is
Um,
becoming extensive.
Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah,
Okay,
Okay, this deserved its own thing.
yeah.
I'm getting something with like some like the Iliad, or what could there be?
Maybe the production intern, the person we're pretending to be, like they compare their time on the show to the archetypal hero's journey that would be embodied, that were you know represented, channeled, whatever the fuck, in the Iliad.
Or Lolo keeps carrying around Homer's Odyssey, and when you ask her questions about it, it's clear she hasn't read a page, but she keeps talking about how this story is just like me.
Oh, one of the first ones I came up with that we never used was the production crew went on strike, and that, which actually did happen a year or two ago. But what I wanted to throw in was that during the strike they would sing labor protest songs from the 1920s, and it was
I
getting
remember
so
that.
heated that it was compared to the Battle of Blair Mountain and various union struggles from that era. I've gotta put that in there.
Yeah, throw it in.
um, uh, how about as what was intended as a harmless but ill thought out hazing prank on Lolo? They presented bogus evidence, including doctored images and temporary tattoos, that Rob, Chanel, and Stilo all had full back piece tattoos of Salt Bay, that they had the same one. and that Lola was expected to get one if she wanted to stay on the show, and she did, but nobody thought that she was actually going to. And
Oh,
so
and they were
been a little
fake
bit tense.
tattoos.
Yeah, yeah. They
Okay,
were
okay.
faking it and lying, and she bought it, and she got one.
Not yeah, okay.
The
Yeah.
Salt Bay thing is interchangeable with whatever's funnier.
What hmm.
Maybe that image that was viral during COVID of the black guy squatting with his very long and girthy penis hanging down between his legs.
Oh, right. Right, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I
Something in
mean
there
that
about like real famous people do this or something like that. Or
oh,
real
that's
famous.
what they said to her.
Yeah.
This
She
is
was
what
like,
we do and this is what
how
they
is that
do in
not an issue?
Hollywood.
And they're like, when you're really on the A list, you don't care. Like you can really get away with this shit.
This is just what we do in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Vague allusions to them not being the only ones with this tattoo.
Maybe Rob has put Ridiculousness up or submitted it, tried to get it nominated for an Emmy multiple times. And something really like best cinematography or something like that.
Best key grip.
What about Rob attended the Bilderberg meeting?
Maybe Alex Jones was on the show.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Maybe Alex Jones was on the show at some point.
That's good.
Rob, Rob attended Bill.
He's a frequent attendee of the Bilderberg meetings.
Maybe Alex Jones was the one to expose this. He was on the show and he pulled out pictures and he was like, "Why were you, Rob? Why were you seen in the parking lot of the Bilderberg meeting?"
And that episode got scrapped for obvious
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Rob just kept grinning mysteriously, making this motion to the production team and being like, "Don't hate the play, hate the game."
All right.
Once again, we really set the world to rights here.
Yeah, next week Marge.io kicks into full gear.
Sounds good.
It's going to be all hands on deck.
All right, fellas. Good
All right.
sesh.
I'll stop recording here.